We keep moving forward, opening new doors, and doing new things, because we're curious and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. When you believe in a thing, believe in it all the way, implicitly and unquestionable. When you're curious, you find lots of interesting things to do. Life is composed of lights and shadows, and we would be untruthful, insincere, and saccharine if we tried to pretend there were no shadows. That's the real trouble with the world. Too many people grow up. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Times and conditions change so rapidly that we must keep our aim constantly focused on the future. The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. Why worry? If you've done the very best you can, then worrying won't make it any better. Everyone falls down. Getting back up is how you learn how to walk. First, think. Second, believe. Third, dream. And finally, dare. The more you are in a state of gratitude, the more you will attract things to be grateful for. Get a good idea and stay with it, dog it, and work at it until it's done right. To the youngsters of today, I say believe in the future. The world is getting better. There still is plenty of opportunity. I think it's important to have a good hard failure when you're young. I learned a lot out of that, because it makes you kind of aware of what can happen to you. Let your heart guide you. It whispers, so listen closely. The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. You can dream, create, design, and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it requires people to make the dream a reality. I dream, I test my dreams against my beliefs, I dare to take risks, and I execute my vision to make those dreams come true. If you can dream, you can do it. Always remember that this whole thing was started by a mouse. Laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, dreams are forever. We share, to a large extent, one another's fate. We help create those circumstances which favor or challenge us in meeting our objectives and realizing our dreams. Dreams, ideas, and plans not only are an escape, they give me purpose, a reason to hang on. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. In bad times and in good, I've never lost my sense of zest for life. Ideas come from curiosity. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. Never get bored or cynical. Yesterday is a thing of the past. Whatever you do, do it well. Happiness is a state of mind, it's just according to the way you look at things. Money doesn't excite me, my ideas excite me. Whatever we accomplish is due to the combined effort. The era we are living in today is a dream of coming true. Togetherness, for me, means teamwork. I believe in being an innovator. Do what you do so well that they will want to see it again and bring their friends. People often ask me if I know the secret of success and if I could tell others how to make their dreams come true. My answer is, you do it by working. I do not like to repeat successes, I like to go on to other things. I suppose my formula might be, dream, diversify, and never miss an angle. The difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting. Do a good job, you don't have to worry about the money. It will take care of itself, just do your best work, then try to trump it. Everyone needs deadlines, even the beavers, they loaf around all summer, but when they are faced with the winter deadline, they work like fury. If we didn't have deadlines, we'd stagnate. I have never been interested in personal gain or profit. This business and this studio have been my entire life. A man should never neglect his family for business. The important thing is the family, if you can keep the family together, and that's the backbone of our whole business, catering to families, that's what we hope to do. We believed in our idea, a family park where parents and children could have fun together. Every child is born blessed with a vivid imagination. I resent the limitations of my own imagination. That's what we storytellers do, we restore order with imagination, we instill hope again and again and again. Women need a reason to have sex, men just need a place. I don't want the public to see the world they live in while they're in the park, I want them to feel they're in another world. Fantasy, if it's really convincing, can't become dated, for the simple reason that it represents a flight into a dimension that lies beyond the reach of time. Disneyland will never be completed, it will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world. When we do fantasy, we must not lose sight of reality. Fantasy and reality often overlap. Animation can explain whatever the mind of man can conceive. In our animation, we must show only the actions and reactions of a character, but we must picture also with the action, the feeling of those characters. All cartoon characters and fables must be exaggerations, caricatures. It is the very nature of fantasy and fable. I take great pride in the artistic development of cartoons. Our characters are made to go through emotions. Our greatest natural resource is the minds of our children. I have long felt that the way to keep children out of trouble is to keep them interested in things. My business is making people, especially children, happy. I have dedicated much of my time to a study of the problems of children. Children are people, and they should have to reach to learn about things, to understand things, just as adults have to reach if they want to grow in mental stature. Our heritage and ideals, our code and standards, the things we live by and teach our children, are preserved or diminished by how freely we exchange ideas and feelings. I always like to look on the optimistic side of life, but I am realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter. In most instances, the driving force behind the action is the mood, the personality, the attitude of the character, or all three. Therefore, the mind is the pilot. We think of things before the body does them. Laughter is America's most important export. It's a mistake not to give people a chance to learn to depend on themselves while they are young. I would rather entertain and hope that people learn something than educate people and hope they were entertained. Leadership means that a group, large or small, is willing to entrust authority to a person who has shown judgment, wisdom, personal appeal, and proven competence. I have been up against tough competition all my life. I wouldn't know how to get along without it. I am interested in entertaining people, in bringing pleasure, particularly laughter, to others, rather than being concerned with expressing myself with obscure creative impressions.